Spider-Man has always had one of the most iconic and varied wardrobes in all of comic book history. From classic designs to high-tech suits, there's a look for every era, every storyline, and every alternate universe. But with so many different costumes to choose from, which ones stand out as the absolute best? Whether you're a diehard Spidey fan or just love to see how the webhead style has evolved, stick around as we count down the best of the best in Spider-Man's history. Starting off our list at number 10, we have one of the cleanest and most underrated Spider-Man suits, the Future Foundation suit. This sleek white and black design debuted when Peter Parker honored his best friend Johnny Storm's last request to join the Future Foundation. Spidey took it seriously, ditching his classic red and blue to match the team's aesthetic. The Future Foundation suit is a visual masterpiece. With its stark white base and bold black accents, it almost looks like an anti-Venom transformation. It's a huge departure from Spider-Man's usual colors, but it works beautifully. The suit was also nanotech-based, meaning it cleaned itself and could change appearance at will. An amazing upgrade. Sadly, like many of Spidey's best looks, it was short-lived. Once his time with the team ended, Peter went right back to his classic red and blue. Still, for the brief time it existed, the Future Foundation suit remains one of the most stylish and unique designs in Spider-Man's history. Coming in at number 9, we've got one of the sleekest Spider-Man suits, the red and black suit from Spider-Man and Deadpool number 8. After Peter Parker's death and resurrection by his biggest fan, Deadpool, Peter ditched his usual easygoing vibe and created something far more intimidating. Inspired by his brush with death and the memories of his deal with Mephisto in One More Day, Peter designed a Black Widow-themed Spider-Man suit unlike anything we'd seen before. The suit featured pure black fabric, a blood-red spider emblem across the chest, and matching red lenses in the mask. He even added talons to his gloves and Black Widow symbols on his palms, driving the message home. He wasn't playing around anymore. Fans of the Spider-Man games might recognize a version of this suit, gifted to Peter by Black Cat. But in the comics, Peter only wore it once, during a dark, vengeful mission to confront those who ordered his assassination. Even though it's been rarely used since, this suit made a serious impact, showing us a Spider-Man who wasn't cracking jokes, just breaking enemies. At number 8, we have one of the boldest redesigns in Spider-Man's history, the Superior Spider-Man suit.
You can never truly be Spider-Man! No, just the superior one!
This look came during one of the wildest eras in Marvel Comics, where Peter Parker was seemingly dead and Dr. Octopus had taken over his body. Otto didn't just try to be Spider-Man. He tried to be better than Peter ever was, and that started with the suit. The Superior Spider-Man suit took Spidey's classic design and gave it a darker, more menacing twist. It featured a deep red and black color scheme, high-tech wrist gauntlets, sharp clawed gloves, and even a small backpack that deployed robotic spider legs. Visually, it perfectly matched Otto's ruthless attitude, a Spider-Man who leaned more toward villainy than heroism. Otto also used his genius to upgrade the web shooters and built an entire spider army, complete with advanced tech and vehicles. Over time, the suit evolved into a sleeker version, but it always kept that sinister edge. The Superior Spider-Man suit was the perfect symbol of a Spider-Man who was smarter, deadlier, and, at least in Otto's mind, truly superior. Up next, we have one of Spider-Man's most high-tech looks, the Iron Spider suit.
Don't think of it as the answer to all my problems. It's the answer to all our problems.
This striking red and gold armor was designed by none other than Tony Stark, created specifically for Peter Parker during the events of Civil War. After some serious persuasion from Iron Man himself, Peter chose to side with the government's Superhuman Registration Act. As a reward, and maybe a bit of a bribe, Tony gifted him the Iron Spider suit, packed with enhanced gadgetry and Stark-level tech. The suit came with some major upgrades, including 3 mechanical spider legs that could extend from the back, offering Peter new ways to fight, move, and spy. But it wasn't just about the cool toys. Wearing the Iron Spider suit meant Peter was now hunting down his fellow superheroes on Tony's orders. It was a heavy, complicated time for Spider-Man. Eventually, Peter switched sides to join Captain America, bringing the suit with him, at least for a little while. Since then, this armor has become a fan favorite, popping up in video games, comics, and even the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While Peter hasn't worn it much since Civil War, the Iron Spider remains one of his most iconic and high-tech suits ever created. Coming in at number 6, we have one of the most iconic and surprisingly beloved alternate Spider-Man suits, Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider look.
My name is Ben Reilly. I'm related to this reality's Peter Parker. How? I'm his clone. Or maybe he's my clone.
Ben Reilly, Peter Parker's clone, took on the Scarlet Spider identity during the Clone Saga. And while his story is full of twists, betrayals, and heartbreak, one thing fans can agree on is how memorable his suit was. Ben rocked a simple scarlet red bodysuit, topped with a blue sleeveless hoodie that had a spray-painted spider symbol slapped across the chest. It might sound a little rough around the edges, but that was the whole point. Ben didn't have the resources Peter did. He didn't have access to fancy tech or high-end costume designers. He had nothing but the drive to keep being Spider-Man, and his scrappy, DIY look reflected that perfectly. Inspired after visiting a spider exhibit at the American Museum of Natural History, Ben's Scarlet Spider suit feels raw and honest. Sure, it's very 90s, and even the comics themselves have poked fun at it, but fans have grown to love it. Over the years, it's become one of Spider-Man's most nostalgic and cherished alternate looks. While Ben Reilly would eventually get slick new suits, nothing captures the spirit of his character quite like that original sleeveless hoodie. Next up is one of the sharpest updates to Spider-Man's look, Ben Reilly's Beyond Spider-Man suit. When Peter Parker's clone, Ben Reilly, first stepped into the role of Spider-Man, he gave the classic costume a modern overhaul. Years later, during the Spider-Man Beyond storyline, Ben made his comeback, and he didn't show up empty-handed. This time, he wore a brand new suit courtesy of the Beyond Corporation, one that took his original redesign and cranked it up with cutting-edge tech. Beyond's Spider-Man suit wasn't just about looks, though it definitely had style. It featured a slick, streamlined design with bold lines and a slightly futuristic vibe. More importantly, it came packed with upgrades. The suit was equipped with enhanced web shooters, new stingers, and even impact-hardening foam polymers built into the fabric. These polymers helped absorb heavy hits, making Ben tougher in a fight and giving him a serious edge over the villains he faced. While Ben Reilly's Beyond suit didn't stick around forever, it was a bold evolution of the Spider-Man mantle, high-tech, battle-ready, and built to stand apart. At number 4, we're heading into the future, specifically the year 2099, with one of the most badass Spider-Man suits ever made.
I'm sorry, who exactly are you supposed to be?
It's classified.
You're the Blue Panther.
No.
The Caped Blue Satyr?
No, I'm...
Dark Garfield.
No, stop.
Macho Libre.
I'm from another dimension.
You are?
Marvel decided to shake things up by fast-forwarding the Spider-Man mythos and introducing a brand new wall crawler, Miguel O'Hara. Unlike Peter Parker, Miguel gained his powers after a genetic experiment went wrong, permanently bonding his DNA with that of a spider. To match his futuristic abilities, Miguel needed a suit that could handle the demands of 2099, and he absolutely delivered. His Spider-Man 2099 suit flipped Peter's classic red and blue color scheme, leaning heavily into dark blue tones with bright, aggressive red patterns, including a new spider emblem across the chest. And let's not forget his webbed cape, which wasn't just for show. Miguel used it to glide across the city skyline. This design has stood the test of time, cementing itself as one of the best alternate Spider-Man looks ever. Fans even got to see it on the big screen in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where it looked just as striking as it did when it first debuted. Miguel's suit feels bold, edgy, and ahead of its time, just like the world he comes from. Swinging in at number 3 is the instantly iconic look of Miles Morales. Miles Morales began his journey as Spider-Man in Marvel's Ultimate Universe, stepping up after the death of that world's Peter Parker. But Miles' story didn't stop there. He eventually crossed over into the main Marvel Universe, where he now fights alongside Peter Parker and continues to prove he's every bit worthy of the Spider-Man name. When he first started, S.H.I.E.L.D. provided Miles with his original suit, a sleek black outfit accented with sharp red highlights. It was a total departure from Peter's classic blue and red, and it sent a clear message. Miles wasn't just another Peter Parker clone. He was his own Spider-Man. Over time, Miles has made a few tweaks to the suit to leave his own personal stamp on the legacy. His updated design from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse gave the look a modern edge, but the comics quickly brought him back to his now classic black and red costume. Miles' suit strikes the perfect balance. It honors the Spider-Man legacy while standing out as something completely fresh and new. It's a powerful visual reminder that Spider-Man isn't just a person, it's an idea anyone can live up to. Coming in at number 2 is easily one of Spider-Man's most legendary looks, the black suit. First introduced during the original Secret Wars storyline in the 1980s, the black suit completely changed Spider-Man and the Marvel Universe along with him. While stranded on Battleworld, Peter Parker stumbled across what he thought was just a high-tech costume upgrade. It gave him enhanced abilities, responded to his thoughts, and looked incredible. The sleek, all-black design with the bold white spider symbol across his chest was a sharp departure from his traditional red and blue, and fans loved it. Of course, the suit turned out to be much more than it seemed. Peter soon discovered it was actually a living alien symbiote trying to permanently bond with him.
I know you're hurting, Pete, but you're better than this. I know, but no.
After a tense battle to reject the creature, the symbiote eventually found a new host in Eddie Brock, and together, they became the infamous Venom. The black suit remains one of the most iconic and beloved designs in comic book history. Even 40 years after its debut, Marvel keeps finding ways to bring it back. It's proof that some designs are simply too good to leave behind. There's only one suit that can top this one, but the black suit will always be a close second. No matter how many new suits Spider-Man has worn over the years, nothing tops the original. Plenty of superhero costumes have needed major updates to stay relevant over time, but Spider-Man's classic red and blue suit? It's timeless. Since his first appearance in 1962, Peter Parker's original look has barely changed, and that's because Stan Lee and Steve Ditko got it absolutely right from the start. The sleek blue and red design, the iconic webbing, the bold spider emblem, and those expressive white lenses all came together to create one of the greatest superhero designs ever. Even though Peter has hung up the classic suit a few times, experimenting with black suits, armor, and futuristic redesigns, he always finds his way back. And so do fans. A wardrobe change can be exciting, but nothing captures the spirit of Spider-Man quite like his original costume. While other heroes like Batman and Superman had to tweak and evolve their designs over the years, Spider-Man arrived fully formed. His origin story, his motivation, and his look were all locked in from day one, a rare creative home run. For over 60 years, Spider-Man's classic suit has remained fresh, iconic, and practically perfect. There are plenty of incredible Spider-Man suits out there, but the original still reigns supreme at the end of the day. And there you have it, our ranking of the top 10 Spider-Man suits. From the iconic classic look that started it all to the high-tech armor of the Iron Spider, it's clear that Spider-Man suits are just as diverse and dynamic as the hero himself. So, which Spider-Man suit is your favorite? Do you agree with our list? Or is there a look you think should have been higher? Let me know in the comments below.